Welcome to the Indie Horror Junkie podcast. Tonight, you will be joining Rotting Ricky and Asylum Amy as they play host to some of the true movers and shakers in the indie horror scene. So lock your doors, check under the bed, and get comfortable, because here we go.
And we're the Saska Sisters. And this is Indie Horror Junkie. Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
We're a panic attack.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkies!
Indie Horror Junkie! Indie Horror Junkie! Indie Horror Junkie!
How do?
What's up, Junkies? It's Wednesday, episode number 70. Episode number 70. There you go. Welcome to the Indie Horror Junkie podcast. We have some great guests tonight. Bullet to the Heart. They are a Chicago-based alternative metal band. We're going to be bringing them on in a few minutes. But first and foremost, we're about to clean this house. How are you doing, Rotting Ricky?
I'm doing okay. I'm real excited. I mean, a lot of things going on, obviously, with the film festival and stuff like that. So because of that, just scrambling, making sure that we have everything in place, making sure that we're good to go. And I could not be more excited.
Very exciting. I know I've already taken over my house packing. I have making sure that we have everything. I know you're doing the same thing. There's a lot to bring. We're going to have all of the issues of the magazines 1 through 14, including Screamboat. And we'll get into some of that Screamboat fun here in a minute. We have Indie Horror Junkie shirts. We have a limited run of Indie Horror Junkie Film Festival shirts. We're going to have those in our booth. So make sure that you guys come find us at MegaCon. We're going to be on the 3rd floor. We have a theater with 350 seats. We have 25 films, short and features, all indie horror. So thank you for everybody who was part of the Film Fest this year, all your submissions. We can't wait to screen these films with you. And we have some special fan screenings as well. Starting on Friday, we have Joe Lamb that will be in the house, writer, director, and producer of The Fetus. That's going to be a lot of fun to see with everybody. That stars Lauren Lavera. You know her from the Terrifier franchise. It also stars Bill Moseley, who plays her father. Also Friday night, we have the cast and crew of Mutilator 2. You guys probably know and love the original Mutilator, written and directed and produced by Buddy Cooper. You know, one of my favorite 1980s. This one was 1984 slasher films. And here we are 40 years later, and they're making Mutilator 2, which I think is so cool. We have 2 of the original cast members, Ruthie and Bill. We also have Carl Grosso, who's going to be there. He is in the second one. So they're going to be in house all weekend. They have their own booth with us. So come say hello. They're going to have posters. So that's going to be Friday night. And then Saturday, we're going to be showing the first screening of The Inn, another indie horror slasher that we filmed here in Central Florida. Rick and I are both a part of this project. I had the privilege of being a producer with the Greasy Boys on this one, Kevin Beganovic and Sloan Loesch. We have the Sandman there himself, Brandon Yates. We're going to have a big cast and crew panel. Along with Mutilator as well. After all these screenings, there's going to be panels. So Saturday night, we have our biggest premiere, which is Screamboat. We have the writer, director, the creators, the producers, the lead actresses, the lead actors. We're really excited to have them. This stars David Howard Thornton as
Steamboat Willie.
character in this of Screamboat Willie. So
I'm here for you, Amy. I'm here for you.
yeah, no, I'm looking at that. I'm just excited to meet everybody, and we have Screamboat on the cover of issue number 14 with exclusive photos of David Howard Thornton, getting into all that practical, heavy makeup and costuming of transforming into this character. It reminded me of watching Jim Carrey transform into the Grinch, which I thought was really, really cool. But they're going to be in-house. That's going to be happening on Saturday. We have a panel Q&A afterwards for that. And they're also going to be hanging out all weekend. So come hang out. Say hello to everybody who is flying into town for this event. Come watch these screenings. If you've been to MegaCon, you know how huge it is. Go walk around the main floor. And then when you want to take a break, get your snackies and come up to the film festival room and hang out with us and watch some films. That's how I'd be hanging out. What else we got? We have Joe Castro joining us at the film festival. We all know Joe Castro. He is decades into this business. He is a practical special effects artist. We are honoring him with a Lifetime Achievement Award, and he's going to be hanging out all weekend. He has a booth. He actually did the special effects. He was the special effects supervisor on Mutilator 2. And he's going to be doing a live demonstration Sunday outside the theater at 12:30. So if you're around, come see that, because that's really special to get to see him do his work. He's a really cool guy. He loves to share his art. So come hang out for that. And
did you mention the fetus? I think you may have at the beginning.
I did, yeah. And we
just have to show the card.
Yep, there we go. There's Joe Lamb, writer, director, producer, great guy. We had him on the podcast, I think, about 2 weeks ago. So we're super excited that he was able to come down and join us at MegaCon. So now it's one big happy family. We just have so many people joining us, a lot of local independent horror filmmakers. So it's great networking. So if you're a filmmaker, if you're an indie horror, actor, producer, whatever it is that you do in the genre, come hang out. It's just tons of networking and movies and fun. So, Rick and I are like kids in a candy store. We're like, let's do this. It's a lot of work, but we wouldn't have it any other way. And we just want everybody to have a really good time. Also at our booth, we're going to have the Clock on Blu-ray. Lots of familiar faces in this film. This is distributed by Bayview Entertainment, written by Rick Danford, and we shot this in 5 days in a haunted house in Brooksville, Florida. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Very creative, very fun. So come see us, come check out the merch and the Blu-rays and just hang out. That's what we're there to do. That's going to be February 6th, 7th, and 8th. We're there all day, every day. And here's our short run of the film festival shirts. We've closed out the pre-orders, but you guys can still get a hold of us after the festival. I'm sure that, if we have some left over, we can ship some more out. But that's what I got. Oh, another guest that we had on, our first guest of the year, illustrator Lou Russo. Very special guest. We kind of have a little secret project Rick and I are working on, because apparently we can't stand still and just do one thing at the time. Like I always say, mental illness. We're in the works of something really fun. We're collaborating with Lou, and we have our first image that we approved today that he created for us. And we're not going to say too much about this project. We're just going to get this little sneak peek right here. So there you go.
I can neither confirm nor deny anything that I'm doing in that picture. So we'll just leave it at that.
You're choking on popcorn, Rick. So there you have it. But thank you, Lou, for your creative contributions. We're so excited to work with you. You're an incredible artist, and we love your magazine. So we'll make sure we add a link to the comments on this for him. Definitely check him out, Lou Rosso, on Instagram and Facebook. Very cool stuff out of there. But coming up next, we have Bullet to the Heart. We have Draven and Audrey on the show tonight. We've got some of their posters, Rick, right? Yeah, there we go. Bullet to the Heart right there. We actually featured them in our Indie Horror Junkie magazine last year. I'm not sure which issue. I'd have to go back and look. It's been a hot minute, but they're an incredible metal band, and they have we worked with them a music contribution, right? Which
they have a song called Revenant that is going to be on our project upcoming here that I absolutely fell in love with when I heard it, and I hit them up and basically threatened their lives to let me use it. Luckily, they complied, so it's all good. But
So here you go. We get to merge movies and music, which are Rick and I's two favorite things. So let's go ahead and bring them on.
Bring them on. Hey guys, I meant that in the nicest possible way. Okay.
We're dying over here.
I love it. But I didn't forget, the firstborn is yours, Rick. I got you.
Thank you. I didn't want to have to come after you. All right.
Well, thank you guys for coming on the show. We really just want to get to know you and what we do. We know that you're out of Chicago, alternative metal band. Sad to find out that you were just in Florida and I totally missed it. What's up, Molly Zombie? But just kind of tell us a little bit about who you are, and let's just dig into it.
All right, so I guess I'll start. So I am Audrey Queen, aka the Queen of Darkness, lead singer of Bullet to the Heart, and I'll let Draven explain the rest because he's better at that.
I guess so. Yeah, my name is Draven. I'm the drummer and the I guess the leader of Bullet to the Heart. We're based out of Chicago. We're an alternative metal band. A lot of we do a lot of movie style imagery. It's just something that inspires us to like tell our story. So obviously she writes all the lyrics. But when we have tons of music videos available and they're all movie inspired. I mean, I'm huge into cinema, and I do a little bit of videography work on the side with my boy Akash. So shout out to Akash. And that's just where, like you said, you merge the music and movie world in together. And that's kind of what this project has always been.
Very
I
cool.
love it. I'm excited that we're going to be using some of your music. Like I said, I was kind of trolling through Instagram, listening to what you guys had on there, samples of it. But now I got to get into the, iTunes and Spotify and really check it out.
And they've got a really cool video for Revenant that's vampire based.
Yep.
That's why I love it. I mean, you guys obviously are horror friendly, so that's what makes you a friend of mine.
I mean, I grew up on horror. I remember my mom showed me, I think it was The Shining was my first horror movie when I was 10. And then we watched Psycho, Pet Sematary, all the OGs. She's like, you have to start with the old stuff. So
that's good parenting.
Yeah, I was raised on all that stuff. So I'm, even like I'm covered in tattoos. All the tattoos are skulls, reapers, demons. It's all evil stuff. So I'm just that's what I live like. So
well, you have a fan right there, Howard. He says the bloodline shouts out.
Hey, what's up, man? That's awesome.
Nice. And what about you, Audrey? Where are you at with horror movies and that whole world?
So growing up, I didn't watch any of that. My mom kept me very kid friendly. So when I met him when I was 18, he was the one that showed me all of the horror stuff. You haven't seen this, you haven't seen this, you haven't seen that. Yeah. So I was like, okay, show me it. And then like I got into it because I thought it was really cool. I'm also more into like the supernatural, like spiritual side of things as well, which is like, kind of goes along hand in hand with horror most of the time. So yeah, this is he introduced me to everything horror because growing up, it wasn't a thing.
And he sucked you in, and here you are.
Oh yeah. Corrupted her is what I like to say.
Let me ask you about that though. With that, you said you're into the whole spiritual side. What exactly? Let's delve into that a little bit. What exactly do you mean, as far as the movies go, or as far as spiritualism itself, or?
So movies and spiritualism itself, I call myself a spiritualist. I'm very much in tune with like mediumship and Reiki healing and being able to see the paranormal. I have not right now, but I have a relationship with the other side. And I've seen and heard a lot of things that I can't explain. So I'm very much like in tune with the universe and all things spiritual and spirits.
So naturally you're attracted to the subgenre of all of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything to do with ghosts, demons, summoning anything, that's like right up her alley. That's really what gets her like, oh, I want to go see that. So.
Yeah, like we're actually reading a book right now. It's like the alphabetical like dictionary of demons and how to summon them and their powers.
Ooh.
Did you get that from Disney.com?
Absolutely.
Are you going to use that to summon your next album?
Hey, you never know.
I have a Ouija board too, so we'll see.
Oh boy.
I have like 8 of them in my living room. So.
Oh, Rick.
Mm-hmm. I even found a Ouija board.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I found the one that I'm big into the Ouija board, but I believe it or not, I've never actually done it because I have that weird respect/fear of it. But I love the whole concept and the design and everything. But I do have one Ouija board that's out there in my living room that I remember I got at a yard sale, and the guy wouldn't sell it to me. He just gave it to me. you know, so it kind of made me feel weird. So I keep it on display back there, but I don't really go.
Remind me not to touch that one.
Exactly. It looks cool, but it's going to stay where it's at. So.
Yeah, I think I touched a Ouija board. I used a Ouija board when I was like younger with my cousin, and we did the whole like, am I going to marry this person? And I think that's why I can see dead people, because I was doing a little joke.
That's what Harry just said too.
Yeah.
I did it as a kid. Like the girlfriends get together and have a slumber party, and one of the chicks had a Ouija board, and that was like the thing. I'm like, oh, we get to go to her house, and she's got the Ouija board, because I wasn't allowed to have one, so I was all about it. You know, I don't know what I let in. Here I am, but yeah, I was all about it then. Now I don't know that I would touch it.
Now you got to be careful.
I don't know.
That's always been a big thing of me with the Ouija board, because it's like everybody's scared of it. Everybody says you shouldn't touch it. It's going to summon the damn this and that. But yet again, why is it you can buy that at a toy store and it's put out by Parker Brothers? I mean, makes you wonder, you know?
Well, I was at the Halloween store. This was a couple years ago, the Big Spirit Halloween. And I always go the day after Halloween because everything's half off. And that's when I do my Halloween decoration shopping.
Especially the candy.
All of it. Yeah. I've already scoped out the Valentine's candy. Like I'm coming the day after Valentine's Day to get that whole row of the aisle. But I was looking at some of the Ouija decorations, and this woman came over to me and she's like, don't buy that. And I was like, oh shit. Oh my God, why? And she went into this whole thing of even like, it was like napkins and a tray, like decorative stuff that I'd put out if I had a party or put in the bathroom. People can, you know, wash their hands and dry it off with a Ouija napkin and throw it away. So we're not sharing a towel. I'm just like thinking like a weirdo. And she's over here like, don't bring that into your house. Even, you know, even just the image of it, don't bring it into your house. You're welcoming that into your home. And I started talking to her. I was like, what's really up? You know, like, is this a personal thing for you? And
tell me you bought it though.
I did. I put the tray. She was Wiccan. She was the Wiccan religion, and so, or pagan. And I guess maybe they have a big, I don't know about it. I could be completely inaccurate. I'm just telling you my experience with this woman, that she was like, no, don't bring that into your home. It was part of her religion. So she basically said, yeah, we believe in it and the powers of it. That's why you don't want it in your house.
Oh, I have a planchette.
Buy it.
I have a planchette, like the
okay, yeah.
So
nice.
she'd be like, get that off your skin. Oh, sorry.
I still bought it, but you know.
Oh yeah, I've got 2 Ouija tables, a couple other Ouija boards, a Ouija pillowcases, a throw rug. So luckily I didn't meet her. She probably would have just stabbed me in the chest right there. Yeah.
I mean, she was nice. She was cool. I just kind of picked her brain about it. Like, hey, what's that? Why are you telling me that? You know? But
so fun fact real quick. Our bass player, our current bass player, Jake, he actually owns like a bunch of haunted items.
Really? Actual haunted items.
He has like a bookcase, like a giant cabinet of just like haunted stuff that has like reports of being messed up and weird stuff. And he has a lot of activity at his house.
I would imagine so. Yeah,
that's actually where we wrote the last EP and filmed some of the video work on that you saw on Instagram.
Very cool. They're kind of like The Conjuring. They had all the haunted stuff they ended up getting. They brought back to their house and put in their little curio cabinets. And
he's got a very similar setup. He's got it's a weird like horse doll, and like he swears that you could hear it on camera in the night because he's got cameras in his house. You hear the clunking of the wood. You know, so it's a lot of weird stuff. I wish he was available today to come on, but he's got stories for days on that stuff. So
that's Dylan and Tiago with Stat Academy. They're a punk alternative band out of Orlando, Florida, and they're saying,
"Oh hell yeah!"
God. That's the band I was telling you about that played with Not Enough Space.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. I'll have to look them up after. And the Hi Lara, our metal mom, is in there.
Metal mom.
She was our merch girl for a while. We said that we adopted her. You know, she's our adopted mom for the band.
Nice.
So we call her our metal mama.
That's so funny.
She literally has the word tattooed right here.
Yeah, metal mama. Yeah. I think that's what I ended up being. Just like selling the merch, making everybody their goodie bags, making sure everybody gets there.
That's awesome.
But it's fun. We love going to the shows. And we get to meet people like you know, that are traveling from out of state and from all over. And I cannot believe that you guys were in Tampa and in Cocoa and I didn't know about it because I totally would have
let that one go, guys. Just telling you.
Yeah, I would have totally come. That would have been awesome. But tell us a little bit about your music. Do you do you have an album? Do you kind of release things one at the time?
So I
Um,
mean, when we first started, we were doing the album thing pretty aggressive. Like it'd be like every year there'd be an album like on a cycle, and then the albums are harder to advertise, especially when you're an independent band, because there's you got your 2-3 singles, and then you got like your 7-8 filler tracks is what they're called, and it's really hard to get people to hear the filler tracks because some people are like, I love the singles, I'll listen to the first half. People's attention spans are constantly changing, so it was really hard for us to market certain songs and certain ideas. So we started doing these like concept EPs, and we noticed, especially with Revenant, we were able to dive into that concept a little bit more consistently and write better music because we were doing less music at one time. So instead of like for an album, you write like 20-30 songs and only like 10 make it on the record. For the EP, you would still write 10-20 songs, but then you're honing in on 5 or 6.
okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so the EP Death, Oddities, and Romance, that's the one Rick likes. Revenant is the main single off of that. Black Widow's also on there. The whole EP is just horror movies, basically. There's a song that's inspired by The Corpse Bride. What was the Interview of the Vampire is Revenant. It's that old school vampire idea. So we kind of took those concepts and with her creative writing, just kind of delve into them. And we'd like to do, like I said, the cinema imagery in our music videos. So we took a lot of that movie stuff with the lyrics and kind of just made these like little, like almost short films. Like each one is its own little story, but you're also playing an instrument. So it's kind of fun and just kind of cool to connect the music world and the movie world.
I love how you're merging that because I'm a big fan of music videos. I mean, I grew up, like with MTV, and you come home and you're watching MTV in the morning and TRL in the afternoon, and you're just honed in like that. There was no social media. You lived for music videos, and I personally love when you're able to merge those worlds. I love when artists do that, when musicians merge and make these short films, conceptual, projects to go along with the music. And I think there's a big attraction there. I think people want to see that. They want to hear it, but they also want to see you, and they want to see that artistic side of you. Because for me, like when I listen to music, like I want to know that artist. Like what inspires them, where does this music come from? Where did these songs come from that they chose this was the message that they wanted to put out there? Like I guess it's like a movie. You just want to dissect everything.
Yeah.
The core of like, how was this made? What was this inspired from? So when you're incorporating the videos with it, I just think it's really cool. Rick, we just had, Rick unfortunately couldn't go. Tampa Bay Screams down here, and we had
Howarth? Something Howarth?
Alan Haworth. He was one of the composers who worked with John Carpenter on all
nice
films.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah, and he did a live performance on stage after the con. It was one of the coolest shows I've ever been to in my entire life. And he had clips of all the films behind him, and they were all like digitalized and slowed down. And he's on stage like playing to the images of the movies, and it was just one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So
yeah, I actually find it really hard. It's hard not to do a video for every song. Yeah. And like simply you just don't have the budget for it. But like every song, in my opinion, like we think of video ideas, I think of actors, makeup, concept. Like I just want to go like ham at it. And then like we've had to slow down. We've been doing a lot of touring, a lot of shows, and I'm like, I rather pump money into the advertising, the shows, the vehicle, and it's like, but I'd love to just knock out these little short films that we do. So it's kind of crazy. We do have a question, the story behind Black Widow. So if you
I was going to bring that up. I just want to wait for the right moment.
Yeah, well, it's going to coincide, but I mean, I'll let you talk first. I've been talking a lot.
So basically when I was writing Black Widow, I actually kind of thought, because it's really difficult to write 2 songs, but I was thinking something like Nickelback, honestly, when I got the riff. But then when I started actually writing, I was like, okay, I want to write a story. Essentially, it's this woman, they call her the Black Widow, and she sits at this bar and she lures men into the bar, and basically the whole bar is in on it. It's like her spider web, her trap. And she kills these creepy guys that think like they have like a shot at like, they think they're shot with someone. And she ends up killing them, obviously. And then everybody takes care of them and they reset up, they clean up the scene, and they wait for the next person to come. So she's kind of like an assassin. And I wanted to capture it because I get that a lot on tour. A lot of people think that because I am a lead singer that they give me money or they come to my show that they have free access to whatever they want. And that's just not it. So try me.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Come out alive. Yeah, like so, and that's how I always preface that song. It's like, try me, because like you're either gonna get taken down by me, or I'm calling up the bandmates, or I'm calling up the bloodline. Like it's not okay to like touch anybody, not just women, just like anybody in general. Because I know a lot of men also get, sexually harassed as well. So it was kind of like my thing of like, don't try it, because everybody's in on it and you're not gonna win.
I love that. Good for you.
Yeah. So
I always talk about like at shows, like to have somebody like somebody could have an eye on you and like watch you go out to your car or like follow your lift when you go back. Like I'm so aware of all that. And I hate to be like that, but you have to. I have a sense of awareness around me all the time because it shows you're packed into a small venue and it's easy to just kind of cherry pick people out. But you just have to be careful.
Yeah. Well, like she said, we've had incidents before. So now we have like everybody travels together. We have like walkie talkies for like the merch table. We make sure the merch girl's good. I always help her like do makeup or change and stuff. So we did a lot of that on the tours after like some stuff has happened. But when she was writing that song and that concept, I pictured this like Chicago dive bar, and it's thankfully we have one called Livewire, run by Dave, our boy Dave. So I really appreciate him. He let us use his dive bar. And like I said, I'm reading these lyrics and we're recording the song. And I just had this image idea, for the video. And like, it was a lot of fun to do. And like everybody plays a character. Our bass player at the time, Tom, he plays a security guard. Brian plays the wacky bartender. I'm like the mob boss who's running the bar from downstairs. She's the assassin. We got her a beautiful dress, but it's like deadly. And it's like this whole thing, and it just kind of retells that story that we also want to tell through the message of the lyrics. So really cool to.
I love that. Now you guys are obviously producing your own music videos. Are you doing most of the work on the production side and just bringing in a cinematographer? Are you guys directing? Like, how is this whole process going for the films that you're incorporating?
Yeah, so I mean, essentially, when we come up with a concept, I head up my boy Akash. He owns a production company. Him and I co-direct, we co-write and co-produce the whole video.
Very cool.
So it's pretty much just him and I. He has these amazing color schemes, shot ideas. He helps with wardrobe sometimes. He's really good at like doing like a good like effect, but like on a budget, because like we don't have millions of dollars like a movie. So he's like, hey, I know how to do this. Here's what we're gonna do. We can do it for a couple $100 and some camera work. And we're like, oh, cool,
Amazing.
So like there's a video.
That's a good friend.
Oh, he's awesome. We've grown with him. We can't use anybody else. Like
no, he was he's been with us since we became Bullets of the Heart in 2017.
Yeah.
And even back then, like he's always been a musician, so it's really easy to work with someone that's a musician. He's a writer himself. So he'll take the lyrics that I write and he can interpret them in a way to where he sees scenes
visually.
So that's been really helpful as well for him to have the musician side of it.
Yeah, he knows which way to cut, because like certain stories you don't want to overdo the band thing. And then there's some stories where you just want to give a little taste, so you want the band to be more present in the story. But he's helped out a lot grow, and like I got a little eye for stuff. He's got the other eye, so we kind of work together as a team, and just whatever we want to throw on camera, just like a movie, like that's what I want to shoot.
I can't wait to check this stuff out. So I know that you guys are on Instagram, Facebook. Are these posted on links on all of the socials, or do you have a website, YouTube? Where can we go and check this out? Yeah,
so our website is bullets of the heart at bigcartel.com. It will take you to YouTube. So if you want to just go straight to YouTube, that's where all of our videos are. Instagram and Facebook, you're only going to get like the best of ones, or you're going to get like little clips. So if you want to check them out, definitely check out on YouTube, hit the video tab. and it'll take you through each rendition of Bullets of the Heart, because there's the Death Oddities videos, there's the Trauma videos, we have a new video out, like there's all that kind of stuff. So you're going to want to select which one. In my opinion, though, the Death Oddities ones are probably the favorite, because it has like an old cinema style to it. But the Trauma ones, yeah, there you go, Rita. That's awesome. But the Trauma stuff, we were really proud of too. We have like I said, a whole concept called Trauma, and the videos actually go into one another. So, and it takes our main character, which is Audrey, and she basically takes us on her journey healing from this trauma that she had from like her childhood or growing up and stuff. So very cool. We actually had a whole set built for us for one of the videos. It was really, really cool.
So you guys were releasing those EPs conceptually in order.
Yes. Yeah. So you kind of can see how it's grown since then. So it's kind
The
of
evolution. Yeah. Very cool.
I'm into this, you guys. This is fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear your feedback on it, because you said you like the Black Widow song. Like, I think you would love the video. Now that
now I just want to go check everything out. So, because I definitely spent some time this morning. I was like, I have to go back and check out this band. Rick is always raving about them.
Well,
so
thank
I
you,
just think it's really yeah, he is. It's always like bullet to the heart. Because I've seen you guys on the schedule for a while now, so I know that he's really been looking forward to the show, and I have as well. Because you know, like I said, music and movies, they go hand in hand. But I love what you guys are doing, merging the worlds and just keeping it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you know, trying to do something different. And I think some bands just focus on the songwriting. And I love that, Rick, that you're super into it and that you've given this platform where we can talk about it. Because a lot of times you do interviews and it's like the basic, how's the band? Where's the band? Cool. You know, and it's like this kind of, like you said, it's more chill. We're just kind of talking about movies and blood and guts and horror stuff. And
all my favorite things.
Well, there's just so much that goes into it. It's not like, you know, you just show up and do a show. You guys are always working on something. You guys are getting together on a regular basis. You're always writing. You're always thinking of new ideas and how can we grow and what can we bring new to this and keep it fresh and exciting, but still be true to who you are thematically. So I know there's a lot that goes into it. So we just want to talk about all of that.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's been fun. The last year, our live show has changed dramatically. We're doing a whole themed thing. We got these TV panels that further tell the story, and depending on the show, the story could change. So you're always coming back to something new.
See, Dean wants you back in Tampa too. We're
gonna have to line up a Tampa show, because we know enough of the same bands that we can do a nice little lineup and work that out with the venue.
Yeah, I mean, I got ideas if you want to talk after the show, how we can make it happen sooner than later.
Perfect. I'm into it. Let's get in touch after MegaCon.
Yeah, let me ask you this though.
MegaCon's next week, and then I'm available. But no, I would love that. Please, let's follow up and keep in touch. I'm definitely interested in talking about that with you guys.
Yeah, we're so down. What's up, Rick?
I was going to say, what were your inspirations when you got into the music and decided to form a band and do what you do? Did you have any specific musical inspirations that really kind of helped you guide you in the direction you wanted to go?
Yeah, you want to go first for that?
Yeah. So, well,
hers are funny. I don't know.
Yeah, mine are funny because they're not like what we really do anymore. One of my biggest influences is obviously Amy Lee from Evanescence. I love her. I think she is very poised and put together. So I like to do a lot of my look based off of her. But then I'm going
to age myself. I saw her live at Family Values Tour.
Oh nice. That's cool.
I've never seen her live. I want to. So bad.
You weren't there when
I don't think so. I've never seen her live. Anyway.
The Tampa show.
I'm also, a lot of my influences are Pearl Jam and Nickelback. So
you're saying you're admitting to Nickelback?
I'm admitting to Nickelback.
Because I'm a big Nickelback fan too, but there's so much hate. I'm like, where is this coming from?
I love Nickelback. I remember it was actually my grandmother showed me How You Remind Me in the music video, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be like that. I want to be a rock star. I want to play guitar. I can kind of play guitar.
You can play guitar. She's very modest. She plays guitar.
I don't. Not if you compare me to Brian, I don't play guitar.
No, but you play guitar. You play guitar.
So
like, there's songs that were written. You wrote the chords on the song. Like
that's playing guitar, if you ask me.
I'm not that good. So that's my influences. But like I also just like, I don't know. I just like being like this figure, this character. I always go back to Alice Cooper. He always says like, I'm not Alice Cooper if I'm off stage. I'm Alice Cooper on stage. So I kind of want to like, I kind of take that. Also like Ozzy Osbourne. That's where I got the Queen of Darkness because he called himself the Prince. I think he should have been the King. So I picked that up for him with the royalty. Your influences.
We've actually had fans at shows bring posters,
Yeah, posters,
and it says Ozzy's daughter or something like Ozzy's.
Yeah, like I wish, I really wish.
Sounds pretty cool.
Nobody throwing a live bat on stage for her to bite the head off of or anything.
Hey,
like
not yet. If you want to be the first one, let's. You know what I mean?
No, Audrey
when
said
you start on stage, make sure you look over there in case it was me. All right.
Rick is not invited to the Tampa show. No,
No, just make it like chocolate filled. She'll be super.
Okay, if you throw chocolate there, I'm gonna.
I do have a contact out of Orlando who makes like the most decadent, spooky Halloween chocolate candy. So I might be able to.
Yeah, I'll stop our show to just eat it.
Honestly, remind me of that. I swear to you, I'll always get a chocolate bat.
Yeah,
you have got a friend in Howard here. Look at that. I'll build you a prop.
Hey, see, there you go.
Yeah, Howard's a great prop maker. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
but yeah,
I mean,
I know.
Your turn.
But yeah, I mean, when I first started, I funny enough wanted to play guitar, and I grew up on like Motley Crue and all the '80s like metal, and then my parents introduced me to like Linkin Park, Evanescence. Korn was my very first concert at 10 years old. Thanks to my Uncle
big
Jeff.
Korn fan. I'm not gonna lie.
I've seen them way too many times. I've seen them like 20. And it's like insane.
Well, let me say something in here real quick. I saw Linkin Park at the amphitheater here in Tampa, and opening up for them was Korn and Snoop Dogg. Imagine that.
Wow. That's a
That
show
was an
right there.
amazing show. I even bought the dog tags. I got them hanging back there.
That's so dope.
Yeah, I saw Linkin Park and Pendulum opened up for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was in
they had Korn, then Snoop came out, and I swear to you, the moment Snoop hit the stage, the entire amphitheater smelled like pot. It was amazing how they did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like simultaneously, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you're right. Hold up.
That was a great.
Yeah, so I grew up on the 80s stuff, and then the new metal, and then I really got into Avenged Sevenfold. And again, I wanted to play guitar, and I could not figure out how to play guitar. So I ended up realizing that the coolest member of the band is the drummer, so I picked up drums.
Hail to the king.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of worked out. So, but I mean, I love a little bit of everything, though. You know, like when it comes to music.
Okay, I'm gonna nerd out here. You're a drummer. What's your favorite ear protection to wear?
I think just the Shure microphone,
The in-ears.
the in-ears for the
Yeah.
IEMs. That's what I wear. Yeah, they just work, and I think it's the 425s. They're the best ones in my opinion, and I haven't needed another pair since.
Well, I have a question for you too. Then, as a drummer, and this is a loaded question because I get a lot of heat sometimes and all kinds of stuff, and there's a lot of different answers. But who do you think is the greatest drummer of all time?
Oh, that's easy, man. It's the Rev.
Who?
The Rev.
Who's that?
Jimmy the Rev Sullivan from Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, because my favorite is Neil Peart. I mean, from Rush, I think he is absolutely amazing. But a lot of people will say John Bonham, stuff like that. But I mean, it's just I think Neil.
Yeah,
Peart,
I mean, that is tough if you want to dive into the classics. My issue with the Rev in modern metal is he did so many different things, and he can play at any time signature, all four limbs moving at a different pace, and that it's so inspiring for the younger generation because he was doing weird Latin beats over a metal guitar riff, but then he's doing blast beats. He would do off-time rudiments, just stuff that wasn't happening in the early 2000s,
He also sang.
And he also sang, and his vocal range is insane. So he did all of that live, and a lot of that, like I said, inspired me to want to do the best that I could do, and I grew up playing all that music, and kind of a lot of inspiration there, especially with his off time. I can't think of the thing right now, with the splashes and stuff.
I don't know.
Can he do that while his whole drum set is flipping around like Tommy Lee?
Probably, yeah. I don't think they ever did anything crazy. But again, I love the Tommy Lee stuff too, man. My dad showed me the Tacoma performance when I was learning drums, where he's doing the big, thing for the first time in the 80s. That was unheard of, and now we did the roller coaster, and it's just wild what's out there, you know.
Oh,
What
yeah.
age did you start playing?
I was about 10.
Oh, so your parents were very cool. Horror movies and drum set in the house.
Mhm.
Yeah, my parents were also young. They had me when they were in their early 20s, if not 2021-ish or something like that. So like I grew up like, you know, like it was action movies with my dad, horror movies with my mom, and then all in the car it was metal music. It was Metallica, Megadeth, Disturbed, Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, just everything was out there. They had mixed CDs because my uncle's a DJ.
Shout out to mom and dad.
Yeah, so it was like, what, you know, what's this? Oh, I like screaming now. Okay, cool. Let the bodies hit the floor. And I'm, you know, 8 years old playing with my action figures while they're moshing to the, you know, to the song. It was like, you know, stuff like that.
I love that. I love exposing kids to all different types of music because I mean kids are just little people. You're just in a smaller box, and you feel that as a kid. You remember what it was like listening to music and things that you connected to even at a young age. And yeah, like our parents exposed us to all their music. My mom was Michael Bolton, so I got a lot of that. But but my dad exposed me to a lot more. But like, you know what hits. You learn who you are a lot through music, I think, at a very young age. So it's cool that you were so young and gravitated like towards the drum set. Like you just kind of figured it out.
Yeah. I mean, I was self-taught, and like you said, like you kind of pick stuff from each person and you develop your own opinion on it. And like, I mean, in some of the horror movies, there's rock music. I mean, my dad was showing me Blade, and there's rock music in Blade. And I was like, dude, vampires, you know, getting slashed up, and there's metal music going on. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So
Absolutely. Like back in the 80s, they had that movie Trick or Treat that had a lot of heavy metal music in there. Ozzy Osbourne had a cameo in that, Gene Simmons. So yeah.
What's the one with the guy from Twisted Sister?
Strangeland.
Strangeland. Yeah. So my dad showed me that one. That was the one that my dad liked. So we watched that, and I just thought that was super cool because like you knew him from the music videos that you would see on Loaded or MTV. And I'm like, oh, this guy's playing, you know, this villain in this horror movie. So it was really cool.
Howard has a question. How do I join the bloodline?
So I think just being a fan of us and being a part of our family, you're automatically into the bloodline. If you're looking for a more official thing, we do have a sign-up thing. It's free. We email you deals, music. We keep you up to date on stuff. And there's a Facebook group called Bullet to the Heart's Bloodline. You go in there, answer a question, and we'll lock you in. You can hit us up, talk to us. The community is very active. Like our metal mom is always posting stuff in there. Anything Bullet to the Heart or just music related, feel free to network with our group. I think there's about, I want to say there's like 500 or 600 people in there right now. So we welcome anybody that knows our stuff, and we'd love to see you and chat with you if you want to join officially.
And just to tell you, Howard, a good tattoo across the forehead would never hurt. Okay.
Hey, we have actually our metal mom. She's got it on her neck right here.
Does she really?
Yeah, dude. She's got we call it the Heartbreaker skull, and she's got the skull right here. Shout out to Rob Browning. He's got the whole thing on the inside of his arm.
Nice.
Oh yeah, there's like a couple. I think there's like a half dozen tattoos out there right now.
I'm one of those people. I've got BTTH right here on my
There
wrist.
you go. Well, that's a cool looking logo you got too. That's why I just love it.
Thank you.
So what's on the books this year? Do you guys have you got some shows locally that's going to be happening in Chicago? Are you guys going to be going back on tour again? What's all that looking like? Are you guys back to, you know, focus on writing? What are we working on right now?
I know they're coming to Tampa, but outside of that, what are you guys doing?
Hey, I want to see it. No, so weirdly enough, we usually have like a 6-month plan already booked. This is the first year where we don't have a plan. We're kind of just winging it. We did just get off of a very grueling, aggressive tour last year. And we also totaled our van. So we're looking into trying to get a new vehicle because the van fit all of our props, gear, merch, and all the bandmates. And
Everybody's good. Everybody's okay.
Yeah, everyone's fine. It was just, it kind of sucked, you know, having engine problems. We had to kind of limp it over multiple states, and it finally got, you know, messed up. And Six and I, our bass player, him and I stayed behind to try to sell it for parts and do what we can. And everybody else got flights and stuff home. And we only missed one date, thankfully. We missed the Pennsylvania show, which I was devastated for because we love that venue.
Yeah, Love Drafts.
Yeah, Love Drafts. I don't know if you've ever been there. Speaking of horror stuff, they have a whole horror wall, and there's a big skeleton guy that's on the roof. So it's very cool. But very sad that we had to cancel that show. We were super upset about it. But we want to go back and make it up to them. But yeah, I mean, really just kind of winging it this year. I mean, we're meeting up as a group soon, and I know we have some songs. If anybody's on our Patreon, we do post our demos on our Patreon. You get like an exclusive look into that. But we do have some demos out there. She's still writing lyrics. We're still kind of producing songs, figuring out which ones are gonna come out and which ones are not gonna come out because we're very picky and hard on ourselves. So if you want to help make that decision,
new year, new concept, or
we're gonna I don't know if I want to say it yet, but
you don't have to. It's okay. I'm just interested because I know you guys are big on.
I want to say.
I do have a side question. Yeah, what was that?
Side question, yeah.
Yeah, I do have a side question because I did want to find out, now that I've got another musical act on here, I wanted to find out a little bit about how that creative process went. The reason I'm asking is because I made a short film quite a while ago called The Thing Under the Bed, and I had this punk rock band called the Funeral Daisies that created a song for me, and it was so amazing because I sent them the script for the short, and they actually incorporated some of the dialogue and stuff from the script into the song, and I loved the song, so we talked about making another one, and they told me they wanted me to get involved in it and possibly sing on the song. And I said, absolutely. And I'd like to also co-write. So I was thinking about, like you guys talk about, a concept song. So I came up with this whole concept about this guy turning into a zombie, and he's locked into his apartment with his girlfriend. And the whole process as he's turning, he's trying not to eat and kill his girlfriend. So I wrote this idea for this song called She Tastes Like Chicken. And I thought that would be really funny that we could do something like that.
Say that again. You broke up.
I said, I wrote the concept for this song called She Tastes Like Chicken. And then I thought we were going to do that and do a music video, but unfortunately it fell apart. But for the future. So for you, how does that process work when you're going to create a song or an album, whatever? I mean, is it somebody that just pretty much puts some of the music or some of the things together and then gives it to somebody else and they write lyrics to that? Or how does that whole thing work?
Yeah, so usually Brian and I started off. We jam in the basement. We jam in the studio. He has a riff. Sometimes the riff is ridiculous, and I'm like, whoa, like that 5 seconds, do more of that, and we kind of like build the song. Structurally, it's very basic. It's usually a verse, chorus, and then we send it to her, and we're like, hey, like, do you even like this? It's a verse, chorus, riff. So it's usually a couple chugs, some chords, and we're like, should we continue? And she's like, yeah, you know what? I like this. Continue. So then we'll move it around, add a solo, breakdown, intros. We'll start adding stuff. Once she delivers the lyrics of like, hey, this is what the song is going to explain, we then change up the vibe. So the guitar riff could get darker. The backing track or the other instruments, like we can add a really creepy piano if that's the vibe of the song. And we just kind of add, like the one song, Fallen Away, is about anxiety. And it started off.
Today.
Oh, okay. See, there you go. So the guitar riff, it just was the guitar riff. Once we started realizing what the song was about, it's mental health related, anxiety, all that stuff. We started adding weird like strings, weird violins, weird little pingy sound stuff that would almost like give you the concept of what anxiety feels like in the back of your brain.
Super atmospheric, layered in.
Yeah. Exactly. And and again, we tell that story at our live show with the screens. You can kind of see all the imagery and the concept, and the video concept then connects to, it was about the queen, like losing her crown, both on a metaphorical sense and a physical sense. And we kind of explored that, kind of thing. So,
but I like that, how you create the I guess the beat, the rhythm, or whatever it is, send it to her. If she likes it, then you start some more, and then she starts developing the lyrics, and then you alter that based on where the lyrics are, the theme of the song goes. So kind of
pretty much. I mean, I'm gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna keep talking a lot. I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
Please.
But
hey, it's a podcast.
Yeah, one of the really fun ones was Revenant. I know that's your favorite song, so that's why I wanted to bring it up. But it started off, we were writing a lot of weird stuff, like really crazy metal, traditional metal breakdown stuff, and then Brian just wrote like a like this weird, simple, open riff. And I was like, bro, that kind of slaps. Like I could do this beat over it. We were thinking more rock oriented. And then she came up with the lyrics of like this vampire. And we're like, oh, okay, we got to pivot. We got to make it more gothic. So we had a lead guitar, the strings. We had it very inspired by like just charging like Evanescence elements. And then with the video, we knew, when we knew we wanted to go vampire, the song gets changed again. So we added the little, what was that little drum thing called? You know,
is this the song that you want to use, Rick?
This is a song that we are using, yeah.
Oh,
Revenant, yep.
Very exciting.
I can't remember it's that other drum with the stick, like the round sticks.
The timpani?
Yeah, it's a timpani. Yeah, I think it's a timpani. We added like a timpani in there just because it's used in a lot of like films and stuff. So when we were in the studio, we added like different elements and different instruments just to get that vibe and sound of this like gothic vampire story. So
I'm into it, you guys. I can't wait to go stalk your YouTube and check out these videos. I really want to see your, do you guys have videos of your live shows that incorporate these screens?
So not like an official video. I could maybe send you some fan videos or stuff, but we haven't done like an official like high budget like video of it. That's something actually that we should probably do this year.
Yeah, probably.
I would recommend it because I think that sounds really cool. That would be insane for marketing. People kind of get to see like what they get to experience at your shows if you're going to continue doing that. But if you have a link, like a fan video, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely send you one after we're done here. I could send you a Google Drive or like whatever. I could find one. We could figure it out. Because the one video of Revenant, funny enough, we keep talking about it, but we have a professionally done video of it was an exclusive show on a podcast. We actually did a live performance where we we had like a couple dozen people there, like VIP only, and we played the whole like EP concept through and through. But we didn't have the TVs there because it was audio based. So we set up some cameras because we're bougie like that.
When you say TVs, like, or do you have to call the venue ahead of time and say, "Hey, this is my setup"? Like, can you incorporate?
You do, yeah. And funny enough, sometimes the national act won't allow it.
Yeah.
So we did a whole tour with Yngwie Malmsteen. I'm just going to name drop him because I don't care. He did not allow us to have certain equipment, any TVs, no banners on stage, and nothing that could do like advertise your own name.
Didn't want to be outperformed, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. So it was weird stuff like that. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you have to get approval with the other bands or the venue, depending on like what kind of tour, what kind of vibe it is.
What's their setup. I'm just a sucker for theatrical performances, especially when it's heavier stuff. It's so fun. It's so immersive.
Yeah.
I just think it's really cool. So
yeah, I mean, in my opinion, our best one was our Trauma Show release in Chicago. Yeah. We played the Rock House Theater in West Dundee, and the whole concept of the night was the apocalypse. So we're in our full trauma gear. We have the trauma banner, this brand new EP that came out, and we did the Johnny Cage song or Johnny Cash. I'm thinking of Mortal Kombat.
Who's saying Mortal Kombat?
Really?
Someone showed me.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was Johnny Cash, and it's his apocalypse with the horses. I forget what that one's called, but we did a whole intro of that, and the whole theme of the night was each song represented a different element and a concept and a color of the apocalypse. Yeah. So there were like you know, like those TVs, like that news message when there's like, oh, like a bombing is happening, like seek shelter with the big loud like sound. We did that in like the middle of the set, and then we played the song that's about zombies. So it was like really cool, like different wacky stuff like that, and that was all concepted of that release show.
Very cool. I love what you guys are doing. I can't wait to check out more. I'm actually ashamed that I haven't gotten more into this music because Rick's always talking about it.
I'm ashamed too.
Huh?
I'm ashamed too, but it's okay.
I won't tell everybody what movie you haven't seen, so let's not go there, Rick Danford. Okay?
Oh, head to head with the movies, huh?
No. Hers is a little different. That's all right.
We're always calling each other out. You haven't seen this? What's wrong with you? Don't call me tomorrow until you watch it tonight.
That's why I try to forcefully show as many movies as possible.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Those are our internal conversations. Lots of threats.
Yeah.
But What was
Yep.
it? Oh, we've got like 5 minutes left. Real quick, how long was your tour? How many shows did you do? Real quick, just tell us the experience, your favorite part about it, the worst part about it.
From the last tour,
Yeah.
I think it was about 24 dates ish.
I can't remember.
And you
I
were
can't
on the
remember.
road the whole time?
Yeah. The only break was Mondays, and then some of the Tuesdays we had off. I don't know. That one was a little rough, if I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that tour was a little rough. Some of the venues were not really accommodating. We didn't get what we normally get. And then we were battling weather. We were battling sickness. We got into some weird altercations at some of the venues. That was something that was very interesting. They didn't want to pay, and there was weird disagreements on stuff, and we had to throw a guy up against the wall at one point. That was really fun.
Did you guys schedule this tour on your own? Did you you said you were on tour with somebody, or was it kind of just
so it was a co-headline tour. So like we switched off every night with another band. The other band was Reign of Z, and we partnered with them on the tour, and then it was booked by a company that we used to be signed with, owned by this guy James, who's a cool dude, and he put together that tour for us.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a lot of hard work, you guys. It's no joke.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool because it was October, November. So some of the end of October shows were actually during Halloween, so they were Halloween shows.
Oh, nice.
That's really cool.
This was actually the shirt. This was the tour shirt.
Don't tell me you were in Tampa for a Halloween show because I'll just puke.
Ooh, wait, were we?
No, I think it was November.
Okay.
And is that Art the Clown I see on the front of that shirt?
Yes, it is. No, we were for Halloween. We were in Texas.
Okay.
In Mississippi.
You're outside U.S.? No, we're inside U.S.
All right, well,
These guys are based out of Chicago, and we can't wait to see more of you. I can't wait to dive onto the YouTube channel and check you guys out. So if you guys want to be, all about this band, like I want to go check them out, go to their YouTube at Bullet to the Heart, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. What did you say that the Facebook private group is? It's Bloodline or?
Yeah, it's Bullet to the Heart's Bloodline.
Okay, so if you guys want to kind of get more into the nitty gritty of, just getting behind the scenes of what they're doing and get to know things before they're posted anywhere else, definitely check it out. Don't forget about not having AC on the hottest summer.
Our van didn't have AC. We got it. It worked for a couple months, and then we went with Yngwie Malmsteen down to Texas, and it was hot.
Texas and Arizona. It was 115 degrees outside.
Sweating.
Well, we're gonna send you guys good vibes to find a new van that has air. So it sounds like the other one you got some use out of it, but it's time for new band van. So wishing you guys good mojo there, and just Amy. Yeah, Howard. Rick and I have gone to some shows together. What was the one we went to? I forget. What was it?
The last show we went together?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
it was a locally produced show, but it was very theatrical. It was a lot of fun.
No filter.
I personally love going to different shows. You can catch me in Orlando and Tampa a couple times a month, just hitting up whatever show I can. But definitely keep in touch. Let us know how we can promote you guys. Tag us so we can forward it. We'll be in touch about some shows and you guys coming down to Florida because I would love to work with you on that. And
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Best of luck in the new year. It's January. You got the whole year ahead. I can't wait to see what you guys do next, whatever concepts you're going to be coming up with. Very exciting. And thank you so much for coming on the show. This was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It was a fun time, and hopefully we'll talk about more movies next time as well.
Absolutely. And if you guys wanna make my She Tastes Like Chicken song, just let me know. I'm happy to work with you. We'll figure it out, okay?
Hey, that is something that we're always looking into new stuff, so let's get something weird going,
All right.
All right, we're going to put you backstage here real quick, close out the show, and then we're going to come back and say goodbye, okay?
All right.
Just hold on for me. All right,
I have a whole list here of
I saw you taking notes, yeah.
chicken scratch and stuff I got to go look up and this and that. But what a cool band. I love what they're doing. I'm a big fan of conceptual artists and soundtracks and albums, and how they're releasing those EPs, incorporating the music videos. I think is really, really cool. A lot of hard work. So especially going on that end of the year tour and all the issues they have with their bus, that's a lot of hard work, but they're doing it and they're making it happen. So props to them. So congratulations to Bullet to the Heart. We'll definitely have to keep in touch with them and maybe bring them back again sometime and see what they're up to next. But for now, we've got one more show. I don't know if we're going to announce that yet.
Yeah, let's announce it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
let's announce it. Yeah, let's announce it. Go ahead.
Okay, so next week we are going to be in Orlando for MegaCon 2025 for the Indie Horror Junkie Film Festival. I'm actually going to be doing the podcast from my hotel because I got to get there early to unload all this stuff. But we have Screamboat. Screamboat is on the cover of issue number 14. And we are so excited to have the creators of that, some of the actors from that, including, can we say who we've confirmed?
We just did.
How about we just did? You guys, next week we have David Howard Thornton on the show, along with Amy Schumacher and Steve Lamorte. Steve Lamorte is the creator behind this. Amy is one of the producers and lead actresses. You guys all know David Howard Thornton from Terrifier.
Our guest just had him on her t-shirt. Yes.
Just a great guy. I've had the privilege of meeting him several times at different conventions, and he's just a really cool dude. And we're super excited to have them as guests on the show next Wednesday. And then Amy and Steve, along with Michael Levy, Steve De La Sala, Allison, and
Jason
Cove. Sorry, my brain. Whew. Yeah, we have some of the actors that are going to be coming down to the festival for the fan screening and a live panel Q&A afterwards. So Allison Vitale and Jesse Cove. Sorry about that, you guys. My brain's kind of mush. If you guys follow our social media pages, we're going hard all day, every day. So what is it, 9:00 tonight? I'm surprised I made it this far. So, props to me. But we'll see you guys next Wednesday for that show. That's very exciting. And then we'll see you at MegaCon.
Absolutely. See you guys next Wednesday.
Later, Junkies.